That's right, man. Welcome back to the Bowfishing Buzz Podcast, episode 124, brought to you by
AMS and MegaMouth Bowfishing, both family-owned businesses, proudly made in the USA, built tough, built by bowfishers, and trusted by shooters across the nation.
From reels and bows to arrows and accessories, AMS and MegaMouth have you covered. Take the fight to invasive fish with American-made bowfishing muscle.
From first shots to big wins, AMS and MegaMouth help make memories on the water that last a lifetime. Bowfishing Buzz also sponsored by Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA and End Designs Leatherwork and Embroidery. It is good to be back on a schedule, back up here in the booth, talking to everybody. We have a very special episode in store here.
We do.
We have someone very cool who's going to be joining us who had a very good weekend this last weekend.
Yeah.
And we're just ready to chat away up here.
Right.
Another episode.
Harley Gummert is going to be joining us, Schmitty.
The 23-year-old phenom.
Yeah, they got a heck of a team.
Yeah.
Complete chaos.
Complete chaos. He won the whole damn thing this last weekend.
They did a good job.
They did a hell of a job. We're gonna talk to him, pick his brain, what happened. It's always interesting to hear what these guys are thinking, what they're looking for, what their strategy and tactic is. I always like hearing that from people who do very good in anything that they do, whether it be bullfishing or hunting or their work or financially, whatever it is. It does not hurt to take a little piece of advice from somebody who's done it and done it very well, especially at the age of 23.
23 years old.
That's insane. It's a second
World Championship, Big 20.
Insane. He's done very well here at the Big 20 as well.
And this past tournament, Derek, was in Arkansas.
Yeah, right.
Where is Harley from?
He's from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Way up north in Brainerd area.
Yep.
You know Brainerd, yeah? Hey?
Oh, I know it up there.
You know it up there?
That's over there. We catch them big walleyes up there.
Big walleyes up there. And
except when you and I go up to Minnesota
light.
to do some ice fishing, we catch everything except them walleyes.
Yeah, we can't even catch the burbot.
No, we don't catch no walleyes. Well, I tell you what, Matt, we're going to obviously discuss that. We're also going to discuss, you've got a very fun trip coming up here. You've been gone more in the since June. I see you like once a week, tops.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And you are going to continue that trend. You're going to be gone all of next week. And then you've got something else that you're going to be leaving for the week after that.
Yeah.
So you've got all kinds of things that have been going on. Something else, Matt, happened last week, Friday. Something very big. The entire nation was on the edge of their seats. I'm not sure if you remember what it is.
I know what you're gonna do.
I'm just gonna play this little tidbit just to let you know.
I'll just say title chaser.
Just so that you know what it is.
Title chaser.
His name is LeBron James. I'm talking about the man on the Sixers, LeBron. I'm asking you to say his name, LeBron James.
You know how...
Hey, watch him off.
How awful that was.
What a team that we have now.
He's been a title chaser since he came into the league, Derek.
This team
you don't even have to try
in the playoffs last year. They have not been to an Eastern Conference final since 2001 with Allen Iverson.
Derek.
It's been 40-plus years since they've won a
good
title.
Players now. It doesn't matter.
It's
There's only one reason he went to that team.
What's that reason? To bring Philly a championship?
Jaylen Brown was added to that team.
Oh, please. What did Jaylen Brown do in the playoffs last year? Boom, out first round.
Embiid, and then you add LeBron. He's title chasing, Derek.
DJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown. That is going to be a fun team to watch. Knicks, Sixers, opening night, NBA. Can you imagine? He's back on the East Coast. I don't have to take a nap when I get home to watch his games anymore.
Hope they get swept.
Oh, Matt, you have to show a little bit of excitement. I'm so excited.
No, seriously, I can't.
You're putting a hamper on this whole thing.
No, that song was awful.
All right, LeBron's in Philly. We obviously just covered that. Good deal. I was mowing lawn when I heard that. Was very excited. It broke on the Dan Patrick show, actually.
Yeah. One thing that I want to cut in here, Derek, one thing that I'd like to just say here is Monday we had a significant storm.
Okay, we're totally all right. Yep.
We did. And a lot of people that come to the AMS Big 20 have probably gone to this area to scout fish, to shoot tournaments.
Yeah.
It was in the Lake Winnebago area.
Yep. Menasha, Appleton.
Very dangerous tornado we had here on the ground here mile and a half. It was a EF3 tornado. Really tore up some towns down there in Menasha. Just terrible seeing some of those pictures. So we hope anybody that lives down in that area is okay and doing well after this terrible tornado. And, just praying for everybody down in that area that nobody got hurt seriously and stuff.
Some of the videos that we saw online were like, holy cow. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, there was areas that were completely leveled. Roofs off of buildings, cars flipped over.
I mean, I couldn't imagine some of the footage down there was incredible. But, because a lot of you guys know the Winnebago area, the Appleton area. You bowfished that a lot. So just hoping everybody was safe down there. And it was a nasty tornado. We don't see that type of tornadoes here.
We've had a couple of instances this spring and summer with tornadoes here, which is, like you said, we don't get that very often. We had one touchdown here in Stratford a week or so ago. That was strange. Al Brusky, good friend of ours, had video from his porch outside of a funnel cloud coming down.
Yep.
One guy, we saw a video, I don't know if you saw it, is a guy who supposedly lives in Stratford, which is where we're located, and it got so windy, his tailgate was down on his truck, and it shuts the tailgate.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But just a weird weather here, and we're so dry right now, too. We are in a major drought. Yeah.
So, we just hope everybody's safe down there, and like I said, a lot of you know that area because of bow fishing. Thankfully, that tornado started above it, came down, and that tornado went from it blew up in the north, and that tornado went down south. That tornado tracks south, which is so strange for our storms
almost in a straight line. It wasn't its typical west to east pattern.
Yep. And thankfully, when that tornado went across Lake Winnebago, it lost a lot of its energy and power and kind of fell apart.
Right.
But, Lake Winnebago there. So crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Matt. You were down at Worlds last week.
Yes, I was.
Let's recap that a little bit. Start us out with, I think you left, when did you leave? Thursday?
I left Thursday, yes. Okay. I flew out Thursday morning.
Yeah, let's break it down a little bit. Just tell us a little bit about that trip down there.
Yeah, I flew into Little Rock, and then we had a pallet ship to Thompson Electric.
Huge shout out.
Thank you so much for allowing us to do it. Ethan Thompson owns that Thompson Electric there, and he allowed us to have that shipped there and then to take it back there and ship it back home. So thank you so much, Ethan and Thompson Electric.
That helped us big time because we were scrambling. Where are we going to send this? How are we going to be able to load it back up? What are we going to do? That was huge. And it was right there close to the event, or at least on your way from the airport?
15 minutes on my way back and forth to the airport.
Can't beat that.
To Benton, Arkansas there. I want to say Benton, Kentucky, because
I know we keep saying
Kentucky,
that. Right.
Benton, Arkansas, but how crazy is that? So, got down there. I met up with Parker LaRue on Thursday afternoon. And
who we just had on
the
last time.
Podcast. Yep. And he let us go into the pavilion there and start setting up our booths. It was kind of cool. I pulled in there and I ran into Travis and Shannon Lamper,
nice,
from Twisted Limbs Bowfishing down in Florida. They were there with Loxley gloves and stuff, and they were also shooting in the tournament. Those guys are so fun to hang around with. They're just a blast, and really cool guys.
Part of the community.
Yeah. And then went back down Friday. It was a Friday tournament. Went back down there on Friday. Got everything all set up, Schmitty. Hung up all the MegaMouth gear and a bunch of arrows I had there. And
booth looked sharp.
Tips.
You were sending me some pictures.
Pretty nice down there.
Online.
And it was just really great just, talking to everybody, when the team started showing up around 1 o'clock and just seeing all the guys come in and talking bowfishing. Guys were grabbing some arrows here, replacement tips, replacement MegaMouth line and stuff, and we had it all there available for them.
Yeah.
And
last-minute tune-ups.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Just a really cool thing to see everybody, talking. And then you also hear the people talking about, what's it going to take? Yeah.
We're going to go
what's it going to take?
50 pounds.
What's it going to take? What's it going to take? And all that cool stuff. And what you've been seeing and stuff. And reports that I was getting was a lot of dirty water.
Okay. Gotcha. Low water, too? Was that seemed to be
water
a trend?
Was doing goofy things depending on where you were. Okay. Some places it was rising a little bit. Some places it was dropping.
Yep.
I know some teams went to their spots and had dropped several feet from Friday during the daytime to the time they got to their water and were shooting it Friday night.
Yep.
It had dropped quite a bit, and a lot of those fish moved out on them. Heard that from a lot of number shooters.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And, people were thinking what they're going to come for weigh-ins, what they were guessing for weights and stuff, and they weren't what we had discussed on the previous podcast with Parker.
Right. I mean, we were high there.
Yeah, go ahead and what were some of those numbers that we said
when
there?
we had Parker on last week, we all took a guess of what we think the winning weight would be for the Big 20 division. Parker's guess was 743 pounds. Yep. My guess was 720 pounds, and your guess was 687 pounds.
Okay. And then I did change mine later on.
You did. You did a video. You asked all the AMS staff what they thought would win it, and you changed based off of some information that you had been hearing from people shooting it. You changed it to 593.
Oh, that wasn't off of what people were telling me. I just based it off my bowfishing knowledge.
Your gut instinct.
My instinct.
What you felt.
It was just, I thought those waters were going to be really warm.
Yeah.
In the high 80s, low 90s. Man, I thought those fish are going to be a little mushy, a little soft. You get some of them big grasses that are talking about down there in that super soft, warm water. Yeah. Super soft, fleshy, and grasses are soft the way they are. I just thought it was go down, so I said 598.
598? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
That was pretty close.
Did you see anything, Matt? We can talk about. Do you want to get into the weights right now? Or should we wait to talk about?
We'll talk about that later on. After.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just curious in the setup, because this is the kind of stuff that I like to look at and geek out about, and you've seen a lot more than I have. Was there anything about the way that tournament was set up in any aspect that you got to see that you're like, ooh, that's something that we could do here at the AMS Big 20? Or something where you're like, that's a good idea?
Sure.
Would you mind sharing any of those little instances?
Well, it goes. We're in Friday now, but this goes into Saturday for weigh-ins.
Okay. Yep.
Is for the Big 20 weigh-in area, they had a 6-foot section of a roller.
Oh, okay.
That they had. So you had your wagon where they were weighing the fish. Then the guys on the wagon, when a boat would pull up, a new boat would pull up, they would take that roller and place it on the wagon and then place the other end of it up onto the deck of the boat or onto the side of the boat.
Yeah.
They would put a brute barrel up there. The guys would put their fish in there. They would counting them and stuff. Then they would just slide them right down to the guys at the scale wheel. And then they would lift it up and put it on the scale.
Did any barrels tip over during this process at all?
No, but I saw a couple of fish fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool.
It was just something neat that I saw.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen that in other tournaments and stuff too, but we can get the guys so close to our trailers because we put them on the curbs away from the – so we can get them guys so close to our trailers.
What really helps is that really like the edge of the trailer is almost the same height as the edge of the boat. Right. So it's pretty close.
I thought it was cool. And so it's a great idea. It was a cool idea and stuff, but we can get the guys so close that you guys can just hold the barrels right on the edge of the trailers there, and they can just easily just dump them right into the boat. It's pretty easy that way.
Yep.
Couple things, Derek, that I thought were that I saw on Friday that were really cool was I had two guys come by the booth who were talking to me, and then they had two young kids by them.
Nice.
And I said, he says, are you guys shooting a tournament too? You bet we are. You bet we are.
Did I see these kids on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
8-year-old Samuel Brewer and 11-year-old Connor Carey.
Nice.
We're shooting in their very first World's Bowfishing Championship.
Well, young pups.
They were from Georgia.
Nice.
And I ran into them on Saturday at weigh-ins, Derek.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Oh, okay. Were they
had all their fish laid out on the deck of their boat.
Nice.
And Connor and Samuel were the ones that took all the fish and put them into the barrels for weigh-in. They were in seventh heaven. They had that little Samuel. He would grab those couple of them buffs around the gills there, and he'd pick them up and carry them over, and he'd making sure he was getting pictures, and he'd flip them in the barrel. He'd go back, and then Connor tried to pick up a grass. He goes, "Hey, don't pick up my grass. I shot that."
Yeah, a little bit.
Connor had some big gold gar in his hands. He was holding them up and stuff.
That's cool.
That was so neat to watch those young kids get to experience something like that, and you could tell that they knew what they were doing. You could tell that they had experience in bowfishing.
Sure. Yeah,
and doing this type of stuff. Yeah. You could tell for being 8 and 11 years old. It was awesome. It was so cool to see those young guys up there and having a good time, throwing those fish in those tubs. It was really cool, and that's what keeps the sport growing, Schmitty.
Yeah, absolutely. The youth.
Mm-hmm.
The youth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, sticking with Saturday weigh-in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How many teams do you know? Do you know how many teams came back to weigh in? Well, first off, give me a total number. If you
there was around 70 teams.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you think a good amount of those teams came back for weigh-in?
There was a lot of teams in the parking lot when I got there 8 o'clock the next morning on Saturday morning.
Good.
I didn't go around and count them all and stuff or anything like that there, but there was a lot of boats in the numbers division lines and in the Big 20 lines. There was quite a few boats sitting there.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I watched them take off a little bit, watched them all take off out of there and stuff. And he had them all lined up nice and in their groups and stuff like that there, and they were all gone and out of there and went back and tore the booth down and went back and
this is the night before the tournament?
Friday night, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Saturday morning, weigh-in day, I went, was down there right away, 8 o'clock in the morning, and the first boat that I went walking up to was Komplete Kahos, because I'm familiar with those guys because they shoot in the AMS Big 20 tournaments.
What a coincidence that you happened to come up to their boat. Interesting.
It was actually parked, like one of the first boats into where I had just parked, and I didn't have very far to walk, so I walked over there, and they were sitting there, and you could tell they had a good night. They were all kind of jacked up. And it's a two-man team, and they had some really big silvers in their boat and some big buffs in their boat. So
that's awesome.
I talked to them for a little bit, and they're like, "Hey, Matt, go walk around and see what other teams kind of have, kind of get an idea, and then come back and talk to us."
Yeah,
so I kind of
made
a little loop around everybody and kind of check things out there. But a lot of those teams, you don't want to bother them. They're up there culling their fish, and you don't want to bother them too much.
They had a rough night,
Yeah, but I walked around a little bit, and I watched a couple people hold. I said, "Hey, can you hold it that big grassy?" And they hold it that big grassy and stuff like a couple silvers. And then there was another team, Derek, that I talked to on Friday. They're local. They're from right in that area there, and they shoot in a 14-foot boat. And there's 4 of them.
Wow.
And I ran to them, and they came. They were back at Wayne's, and they had some couple nice grassies in their boat, some silvers and stuff. But then he also had a gold carp. Also, it was really cool looking. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Did you take a picture of that one?
I did.
Can you send it to me?
I got it. Yeah. You want to see what it looks like?
Yeah, I want to see it.
That's
pretty close to a goldfish.
It was cool looking. It had a really funky shade to it. Right here it is, Derek. Right here he is. It's kind of cool. He has some dark spots up on his head and stuff. And all pictures of this.
Interesting.
Fish
Yeah. Very light colored.
Cool.
Almost a whitish orange.
Yeah.
Creamsicle.
But it was, they came in that 14-foot boat, the 4 of them in there.
That's cool.
And they ended up finishing. I think they finished 17th in the Big 20.
Wow, very good.
Yeah, that's why you don't need
no
this top-notch fancy stuff. You just go out there and have a good time, and they had a blast. They had a blast. It was really cool to see that.
Well, that's awesome. That's good to see. Boats of all sizes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I had a great time sitting there walking around and checking things out. Team MegaMouth came through. They had a bunch of nice big heads, Derek, and I got to
Justin Cook's crew,
watch them all kind of weigh in and stuff, and they didn't have enough big heads. They ended up weighing 454 pounds, and I watched Scale Breakers came through. They had a really good, strong showing as well with 460 pounds. I was amazed, Derek, at some of these silvers that they were bringing back in. These were some big silvers, like 35, 37, 34, 33. Damn. I'm like, oh, there are some hefty silvers.
Yep.
I wanted to cut one of the bellies open to see if they were eggs in there, if it was just all stomach matter.
Sure.
And
what was going on there.
Right, but some of them had some big bellies on them.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, then you see Tommy Woods and Team TKO and Hunter Woods and Scott Baxter come through. You got to go look at that boat.
100%.
You got to go look at that boat to see what they're coming in with.
Hunter, Tommy's boy?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Side question, Matt.
Yeah.
If you were a common carp, how much would you weigh?
If I was a common carp, how much would I weigh? Probably 67 pounds.
Dude, no, you're not. That would make you the biggest dude on earth.
Yeah.
No. You'd be like a nice, you'd shoot that fish and be like, that's a 28-pounder.
No.
That's a nice fish right there. I'd be like 26,
Are you talking how much I would weigh if I was a carp?
Yes, you're not an overweight, obese guy.
I wouldn't weigh 28 pounds.
Yes, you would. That's the same range. If you're a 67-pound carp, that would mean you're the biggest man on earth. You'd be like, that's a good hefty carp, 28-pounder. I'd be like 25, 26, on a good day, 24. But
if you're going off of that, then I'd be definitely in the high 30s.
I don't know. You're not like when you shoot a 38-pound common, you're like, holy cow. People don't see you walking down the street and go, look how big he is. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
I don't know. Yeah.
You'd be a nice 28-pounder. Okay, anyway, back to the team highlights.
I watched Tommy and them guys, Team TKO, weigh in. And
586.
So at first they're pulling off some fish that were on the deck, okay? And I love that when teams do this. I
a little bit of
teams
dramatics,
do this.
yes.
They got some silvers on the deck and some gar on the deck and stuff, and they're putting them in the barrels there and some buffs and stuff and whatnot. Well, then they go on to the right side of the boat, and Shorty goes over and he lifts up the drawer over there.
What's under there?
Then they start playing with these big old grasses.
Yeah, I figured with Tommy there's
they
some
pull out
big grasses.
4 out of that one side. Well, then they go to the left side of the boat and they open up the hatch on that side and they start pulling out some more big grassies. I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. And they ended up weighing 586 pounds. And then Team Komplete Kahos comes through. I jumped up in their boat and was filming the whole thing, so you'll see all
That's
that
awesome.
in the video podcast and stuff. And they had a lot of big silvers. They had some good buffs and everything. And they were excited. They were nervous, excited at the same time. You could see it on their face. But when they ended up weighing all their fish, they ended up with 612 pounds, 44 ounces or something like that. And it'll be fun to hear Harley's story about that night and stuff when we have him on here in a couple.
See what he was looking for, too.
Yeah.
Being a team from Minnesota, traveling all the way down there. What was the game plan?
Two-man team, him and Hunter Guse.
Yeah, two-man team. That's the crazy part. Him and his friend from school. Yeah.
So then, and then Parker LaRue, the one who hosted the tournament there, he had a 75-pound grass.
You know what? He did say, we asked him what he thinks the biggest fish was going to be, and he said a 70 to 80-pound grass carp. He delivered on that.
He was delivered on that.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I stayed for the awards and all that stuff there. One of the things that I didn't know about this year, Derek, was when I walked into the other pavilion where they were doing all the awards, there was this carved stump that was like it was a carp on it.
I saw that on social media somewhere.
Looking.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, but that was the Jocelyn Magic trophy. And it was in memory of Jocelyn Turner, who was an avid outdoors woman. She loved bow fishing and stuff, and she passed away. So what they did is whoever was closest with the common carp, closest to 21.17 pounds.
Okay. What was the 21.17? What was the importance of that?
That was her date of birth.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And
21.17.
High Voltage ended up winning that with a 22.06 pound common. But that trophy was huge. I mean, it was big. And I guess the guy carved it with a chainsaw and stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It was beautiful. Just a beautiful trophy, Derek.
I don't know. That is awesome. I'm not sure what date 21.17 would be, but
I don't know.
I'm sure it has some kind of significant meaning.
But it was her date of birth is what is on their writing on there.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you.
See if I can figure it out here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just, month up to 12 and.
Right. Let me just pull this up here.
I think I saw a picture of it somewhere on Facebook, and I was like, whoa, that is cool.
Okay.
Because I did not recognize the trophy at all. It's not
Jocelyn's date of birth was January 21st, 2017.
I gotcha. So it's the date and the year. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So that right there was it. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking month. Well, that's awesome. What a cool remembrance of her for that.
Right.
That's very cool.
And then Big 20 weigh-ins got done a little bit quicker than the numbers, so I went over there and watched the numbers guys, and those guys
are psychotic. That's what they are.
Oh, those guys do some work, man. I tell you what, watching them flipping fish in there and counting the stuff. But
yeah,
it was really cool stuff. One thing that I'll say, Derek, is it was an extremely well-ran tournament.
That's great.
Everything went as planned. Everything was set up properly. You had the two sides for the numbers weigh-ins and the Big 20 weigh-in. When they got done earlier with the Big 20 weigh-ins, the guys that run those scales, boom, jumped over and were finishing up the numbers. Sure. Teams going over and helping out with that and doing another line for that there. Takeoff was great. Everything was great. They had a food vendor there. They had us vendors there, a bunch of vendors there as well. And it went very well. Like I said, takeoff was great. Parker and Lucas, I believe his name is Lucas Kelly, and the Arkansas Bowfishing Association, or the Bowfishers of Arkansas, and the Bowfishing Association of America, all the ones involved with this, Derek, did a heck of a job. They did a great job running the tournament. They raised a ton of money. I mean, $12,000 payout for first on Big 20 and
that's
numbers.
Huge. That's huge.
And down even more than that there. It was a great atmosphere, great weather, and it was nice and sunny out, both days. And it was a Worlds that a lot of people remember for sure. It was a great job. Absolutely. So hats off to all those that put in the time and effort for this Worlds. It'll be tough to beat that because they busted their butts on this. So heck of a job to those guys. We might have Parker LaRue back on here down the road to talk about.
Discuss how it went for him. We had him on before, and now we can have him on to tell us how it went from his point of view.
I wanted to go up and I did say, hey, heck of a job, good job, congratulations. And he was so busy and stuff. I said, now you can take a deep breath, get that, it's done,
Yep.
but he was still high on emotion
How do you
and everything
turn that
like
off?
that there.
Especially when he shot the tournament.
Yeah.
So then you're even more wired.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, let's go over some of the final results here, Schmitty.
Sure. Let's start with the Big 20, huh?
Big 20?
Yeah. You start out with number one there.
Well, we'll start at the bottom.
Okay.
Here.
Good deal. Good deal.
Finishing in 10th in the Big 20 was Lynch Mob with 399 pounds.
9th place, Team Blacklisted.
That was Parker LaRue's team.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Blacklisted. 423.56 pounds.
Yep. Coming in 8th place was Outcast. 439.19 pounds.
7th place, Natural Disaster, 453 pounds.
6th, Carp Control Bowfishing with those big heads, 454.25 pounds.
Yeah, shooting those megamouths down there. That was cool to see those guys have a good showing. 5th place, Team Scale Breakers, 460.44 pounds.
4th was Bad Behavior with 529.38 pounds.
Do you know the old country song, Bad Behavior?
No.
I need a little time off for bad behavior.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a little time off for bowfishing.
The devil in me been asleep way too long. That's I'm trying to think. I don't know. Whatever. I'm getting off topic, but that is a good old country song. 3rd place, Team Outdoor Revolution, 582.5 pounds.
Coming in 2nd was Team TKO with 586.38 pounds.
And coming in 1st place, we've talked about him on the podcast, Harley Gummert, Hunter Guse, I think is his last name. How you pronounce that? Team Komplete Kahos, 612.44 pounds.
Wow.
Good enough for 1st place in the 2026 Arkansas Worlds.
How cool is that?
Very cool. Very cool, and I can't wait to talk to him.
Right. Moving on the numbers side, Derek. Coming in 10th, Team Finessin, 555 fish.
Gosh, that's 10th? 9th place, Team Born to Kill, 598 fish.
8th, 3.5 men. 603.
7th place.
I wonder who's a half man.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
7th place, Team Busted Adrenaline, 619 fish. Oh, look at how close these are all stacked in here.
Yeah. Coming in 6th, Team Renegade, 626 pounds.
5th place, Playing for Blood, 639 fish.
4th, we've got Natural Disaster, 640 fish.
3rd place is Bro Time Bowfishing, 646 fish.
Then we take a jump up here. First and second, we take a jump up here. Coming in 2nd, your team runner-up was Bad Idea, 819 fish.
819 fish. And in 1st place, Team 2x4, barely squeaking in front of Team Bad Idea, who had 819 fish. Team 2x4 had 1,119 fish. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is wild.
3, 4, 5, 6 there from 3rd down to 8th. We're all in the 600s.
Yeah, that's crazy. They were all separated by a difference of 43 fish from 3rd to 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's cool. Impressive.
And then moving on to some of the side pots here, Schmitty. The biggest buffalo also went to Team Komplete Kahos with a 39.38 pounder.
Nice. Shortest gar, Team Emotional Damage, 8.31 inches.
Yep. Biggest gar, Team High Voltage, 22.06 pounds.
Yeah, the Jocelyn Magic. Oh, that's going to be the 21.17 pounder. Team High Voltage had a 22.06 pound fish.
Correct. The Youth Big Fish went to Team Blacklisted with a 38.5 pounder. That was, I'm guessing, a grassy.
That's a big one. Yeah. Biggest common goes to Country Boy Bowfishing, 42.38 pounds.
Nice common for
Very big.
Yeah. The biggest overall fish went to Team Blacklisted, a 75-pound grassy.
Big old fish.
Yep.
Biggest silver goes to Team Natural Disaster at, that's
I know.
big. Silver's 37.56 pounds.
Yeah. Yep. And Team Komplete Kahos was up there with the biggest silver for a long time with a 36-pounder.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So they could have won that as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what a great tournament. Had an absolute blast down there talking to everybody. Had a great time. Like I said, it's going to be tough to beat this one. So whoever puts some bids in for 2027, you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah. Yep, you do. Yes,
but you know, Derek, that's not every tournament has to be like the one before.
No, absolutely
you can make it your own event.
Add a little
make
twist
it your own
to
event.
Yep. Yep.
Don't feel the weight of, we got to make it better.
Oh, our winning team needs to weigh in over 700 pounds.
Don't look at that.
Not.
What you need to do is just put on a good, clean tournament, a good, well-run tournament, a smooth tournament, and an enjoyable tournament.
I will say this. learn from your previous ones. If you've been to a tournament and now you're hosting one, see what works well. Try to replicate that. Absolutely. But yeah, each one's so unique, unto itself. It's all conditions, water levels, temperature, everything can change overnight. So,
and then Smitty, I am going to be leaving here on Monday.
You're going again? You're going?
Yeah. Yep. I'm heading down to Texas to do a little bow fishing with Jana Waller Bair and her husband, John.
Yeah.
We're going to be hooking up with Hunter Barthels.
Yep.
Down there with Extreme Bowfishing.
Yep. Hunter's all rigged up. He's got Mega Rexes on the boat. Yep. He's got MegaMouth reels. Yep. They've been shooting big gator gar, big buffs.
Looking forward to bug buffs.
Yeah, that
almost
could be
more
fun.
than big gator gar.
Really? There's big buffs are. There's something about them.
Something about those pecking smallmouth buffs down in Texas. They just.
I hear you. Yeah. Last time you shot. Well, no, you've been down there before that. I was going to say is the last time you shot Texas buffs when we were down there in 2018. But you've been down there since then shooting buffs.
Not buffs like that.
Okay, because that was a fun time too down there. Gosh, those were some big fish.
Texas smallmouth buffs just. I don't know.
Wood ticks.
They are like
wood ticks.
50-pound wood tick are like a big old pillowcase.
It's like somebody took a 30-pound buff, shoved an air nozzle in them, and just filled them with air until they were twice their natural size, and then tried to let them swim away.
Yeah, and then while their whole body was filling with air, their head
shrunk,
stayed the same.
Yeah,
their little front end there stayed the same. It's like
they look like
an alien.
It's like a pufferfish.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
So crazy. So really looking forward to that. So we'll be showing some more footage of that.
Absolutely.
About the next podcast.
That'll be cool. Well, I tell you what, Matt, should we give somebody a certain phone call?
I think we're ready to hear from Harley Gummert.
Yeah, let's
your
give
2026 BAA Big 20 champion.
Yes, let's give him a call after this quick commercial break.
Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA. A color tone adjustable and dimmable light with a unique patented reflector design that puts more light where you need it. Efficiency Bowfishing Lights offer 3 different models: the 65-watt single color economy light, the 65-watt Efficiency V2 tricolor dimmable light for maximum efficiency and versatility, and the 130-watt Efficiency Maximus, designed to be an all-out beast of a bowfishing light. Efficiency, designed and built by bowfishermen for bowfishermen. Check them out at OutdoorInnovationsUSA.com. Are you looking to elevate your bowfishing brand with stunning design solutions? Look no further than N Designs. Their team of talented designers is dedicated to bringing your vision to life. Whether it's t-shirts, hats, leather products, eye-catching logos, to captivating boat wraps, they have you covered. Plus, with their commitment to excellence and attention to detail, you can trust that your project is in good hands. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose N Designs for extraordinary results. Visit their website today and let's bring your ideas to life. N Designs, where creativity meets excellence.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 124 of the Bowfishing Buzz. Matt, we have somebody very special on the line who had a very successful weekend this last weekend down in Arkansas. The 2026 BAA Worlds Champion, Team Komplete Kahos. We have Harley Gummert joining us.
Awesome.
How you doing, Harley? Thank you.
Good.
Are you all still jacked up yet there, Harley?
Oh, yeah. We've been talking about it a couple times a day with the teammates and me and Hunter as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, good deal. Yeah.
Before we move on here, all right, I am going to – I don't know if you know about this or not, Harley, but I'm going to send you a picture, okay?
Oh, this is unscripted. I have no idea what this is.
This is totally unscripted. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm going to send you a picture right now.
Can I see it?
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. You tell me what's the first thing that comes to mind when I sent you this picture here. Did you get it?
Yeah, that was my first sucker.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay, so everybody that's listening, we're going to also post this on the video podcast. Your father has been sending me a lot of pictures. All right.
Oh, how cool.
All right. Your dad, Jonathan, sent me a bunch of pictures here. And everybody listening, this is a picture of you and your brother from 2010. Harley, you are 7 years old on this picture here. You have an old style compound bow with a spooler on it.
Yep, hand reel.
And you're holding a sucker. And your father said that this was the first fish that you had ever shot. Harley, how cool is that picture?
It's awesome. I shot that one actually in the head, and I bounced off of him. I didn't have enough poundage to even, but it knocked him out enough for when my dad shot him. That was the first.
That's funny that you remember that.
First fish.
That is cool that you remember that, because, I mean, when you look at this picture right here, all right, I mean, look at the eyes and the smile. You can tell that bow fishing is engraved into him at this moment right here.
Yep.
You can just
smile a mile wide.
That is really cool. That is really cool. I'm glad that your father, Jonathan, shared that with us, because we're going to be putting up a bunch. He sent me a bunch of old pictures that we're going to be posting on the video podcast as well. So that was really cool. But what a neat picture there, Harley. You're 7 years old. You shot your first fish. And, okay, with that, so you were 7 years old then. That was 2010. How old are you right now, Harley?
I'm 23.
23.
Wow. I feel old.
Yeah. Yep, 23.
It's pretty young to win a World's Championship.
2 World's Championships.
I wonder I wish there was ages that would run along with that. That's very interesting.
And they've been really, I mean, we're going to talk about it, but they have one heck of a team here.
Yeah.
But first, Hardy, we're going to fire off with some rapid fire questions. First thing that comes to your mind when we tell you, just shoot it out, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. Favorite species to shoot?
Oh, common carp.
Classic.
All right.
Classic. All right. Probably the most important question we'll ask this entire podcast. What's your favorite snack to eat on the boat?
I got to say, venison sticks.
That's the best.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I love a pack of sticks.
Yes.
I love a pack of sticks.
Absolutely. Most memorable missed fish?
Ooh. That's a hard one. We had one giant pull off in South Dakota. It was probably like a 50-pound buff.
Oh.
And we were really, it was me and Hunter, my teammate, together, and we were day shooting, and we sat down to take a drink of water, and we looked up, and it was floating. It was facing right at us. And it turned, right when it turned, he shot it, and it went deep. And as soon as it went deep, it pulled out. It was probably the biggest buff I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Harley, what's playing on the boat speakers?
Oh, a lot of music.
Give me a couple artists or a couple songs that are
we listen to probably a lot of just regular country, a lot of up church, and then sometimes if we're really in the fish, we'll play a lot of like the pop rap style music.
There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Gotcha. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Right. Day or night bow fishing, Harley?
Well, that's a hard one. I truly love the daytime common.
Me too.
Be my favorite.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. All right. What's the biggest fish you've ever shot?
I have a 45.5-pound common.
Big common.
And then a 41-pound buff and a 42-pound long nose.
Oh my gosh.
Big long nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Harley, your dream place to bow fish?
I've always wanted to go try like the Idaho, like you guys did, and shooting the butterflies.
Yep.
I just have always wanted to shoot fish and look at the mountains.
Yes, it was.
I've always thought that would be cool.
Right. It was beautiful out there.
Very
We did
beautiful.
mostly nighttime shooting, but it was beautiful out there. I will give it that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. On the team, Harley, who talks the most trash on the boat?
Goosey, by far. He is, yeah.
And that's who you shot this tournament with, correct, Hunter?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Hunter Guse. Yeah.
So that's his nickname is Goosey, huh?
Yeah. His last name is Gusc, so it's Goosey.
So that's actually how it's pronounced then, too, is Goosey, yeah?
It's Goosey, yep.
Gotcha.
So we call him Goose.
Goose.
All right.
Goose. Yeah.
Right. So before we move on here, I just have to ask, because when you guys shot Worlds this year in Arkansas, it was just you and Hunter Guse.
That's insane.
That's it. Two-man team. Two-person team.
Yep.
How long have you been bow fishing with Hunter? Because we need to give him credit here also, because he was your teammate and he was a major part of your strategy down there, I'm sure, and spent a lot of time scouting and stuff. So we need to give Hunter some credit here. So how did you and Hunter meet, Harley?
Oh, so we met on we were in 6th grade. We both went to the same middle school, and we didn't really like each other actually.
Oh,
just because
really?
of just because of a girl in the same class. Yeah,
Man.
you know how that goes. And then I followed him on Instagram, and he posted a bow fishing boat, and it was like an old Parker with one of your guys' retrievers. And I just in the comments I went, "You bowfish?" Like I said it just like that. I was like, "You bowfish?" And then I seen him the next day in the hallway, so I just got to talking with him, and I had like a little. I didn't even have a phone actually. I got his mom's number, and then I had my mom call his mom, and he lives in Garrison, Minnesota, which is about 50 minutes from where I live. And I had my mom drive me out there. It was probably in, I'd say late April, early May sometime. And we went shooting suckers. That's what we did the first time we ever hung out.
That's awesome.
My mom brought us around. She brought us around to a bunch of local creeks, and we shot a bunch of suckers. And then from there, it was just like I was spending every weekend at his house, and we were I was there for weeks on end sometimes.
Wow.
We weren't, we didn't have jobs. We were 12.
Yeah.
And we would, he lived on a lake right there. There was nothing really special for carp or anything in it, but we would take 2 shop lights on his little 12-foot John boat, and it had a little 9.9 kicker on the back, and we put 2 shop lights, one on each side, and I'd stand up on the front on like the little seat, and then he would actually sit on the motor in the back. He'd sit on the 9.9, and that's how he'd drive it. He'd drive it, shoot sitting off of the motor.
Oh my
We'd
gosh.
go out and just shoot tons of dogfish and bullheads. We'd do it all. Every night. That's all we did.
That's cool.
That's
That's
cool.
a cool story.
That's cool.
First off, huge shout out to Mom for running you around. And the second question I have, Harley, did either one of you two end up with the girl that you guys were fighting over?
I think I dated her for like a week or something, and then.
Okay, so she's no longer in the picture.
No,
Okay, that's good.
long.
That's good. That's good. That's funny. That's funny.
How cool is that? And for you guys to meet like the way you did, went to school together, and got joined up bow fishing because you saw a post on Instagram or something like that there on social media, and then they get hooked up and they go bow fishing like that, and to still continue that to this day, that's pretty darn cool.
I think too, if there's a lesson to be learned here, if you're kind of in a disagreement or you don't like another guy over a girl, just go bull fishing with them and you will forget about her.
Yeah,
She's gonna be out of the picture.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Harley, let's move on to what happened this past weekend here. You guys just won the 2026 BAA Worlds Big 20 division in Arkansas with 612 pounds. What was going through your minds when that final weigh-in was over and you realized that you guys were a 2-time world champs?
We were very excited, obviously. It was crazy to do it again, especially in a state we'd really never been to.
Right.
We'd shot Bull Shoals and Table Rock for, the U.S. Open and past.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, it's such you look at a map, there's hundreds and hundreds of miles of rivers and, thousands of miles of rivers that go through that state.
Right.
Right. We just couldn't believe, we put our head down, we scouted hard. We did a lot of research on, just past tournaments, stuff like that, and figured out where we wanted to be. And we just, we put our heads down for, I think we scouted 5 nights, and we were scouting daytime too. We were day scouting.
Right.
Basically, anywhere from 14 to 18 hours a day, we were on the water or in the truck driving to another body of water, another river.
Right.
And so, it was exciting.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe we won it with the weight we did, just because you always hear that talk. You always hear that talk at weigh-in, but it's never true till the next morning.
Right.
You always hear that talk. It's going to take 800-900 pounds, and it's like, our fish is like, it's just.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was interesting is we had Parker on 2 weeks ago, or was that just last week? 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, our last podcast, and I think his guess was upper 700s.
You got it right there, I think.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, it was 743 is what Parker said.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
And so, like, you hear that number from a guy who's running it, and you kind of think, like, that's probably going to be right around.
Right.
That'd be pretty close. So, I was expecting higher weights, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting, Derek, because when I pulled in there Saturday for the weigh-ins, I just happened to go walking towards the boats that were in line, and Harley and Hunter was the first boat that I came to.
Yep.
And I remember you looking at me, and you had a pretty good smile on your face, and you said, and I says, "How'd you do?" And he says, "Man, we shot some big silvers. I think you had some 35-pound silvers in there and some big mounts."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we were talking and stuff, and you guys were pretty excited, and everything like that there. And I says, "Well, I'm gonna go take a walk around." You go, "Yeah, go see what everybody else has for weights."
Yeah, and report back
and
to
then
me.
come back to us.
Yeah, he was your little scout. Yeah. Well, Harley, what other year did you win Worlds? What year was that?
We won in 2023.
Gotcha.
Right, that was in Michigan, correct? Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
Michigan. Yep, Saginaw Bay, Lake Erie, and then I think it was the St. Clair River is what it's called. I can't remember what that river is between. I think it's St. Clair.
I'm telling you what, 23 years old.
I was going to say, and then he was 20 the last time they won.
He's got 2 BAA World Championship belt buckles already under his belt.
Uh-oh.
Look out, fellas, because this team is on a mission.
Oh,
that,
100%.
wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of success for a rather young career in bowfishing.
Right. But I also have to say that, Harley, you guys compete in a lot of tournaments. You guys are competing in the LLBA tournaments over there in Minnesota. You're coming over here and you're competing in some Wisconsin WBA shoots. You're shooting in the AMS Big 20.
Yep. Always get to see you.
You've shot in how many Worlds tournaments have you shot in now?
That would have been my 5th one.
Wow.
Okay, yep, because you guys were in South Dakota when it was over there.
Yep.
You were in Winona when it was in Minnesota. I mean, so you guys know what you're doing. I think last 2025, you guys ended up taking 2nd place here in the AMS Big 20.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So, yeah, you guys are a team to be reckoned with, I think, moving forward here down the road for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Harley. Oh, go ahead. Do you have something else you wanted to add there?
Oh, I was just saying, we've done really good over the years, you know, especially in our local tournaments. We've won a couple of Wisconsin tournaments as well too, and it's been good. It's been fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're traveling around, obviously doing all kinds of things. Just give us a little bit of insight of what the planning looks like for wanting to shoot a big tournament like this. It's in Arkansas. You live in Minnesota. Just like the scouting, the prep, and the planning, what does that all look like? How far out are you guys getting ready for a tournament like this?
I mean, as far as like the boat goes, you know, we obviously just make sure, you know, we got everything loaded. You know, we have a plan on which area we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, compared to like the AMS and years past, this was probably the least amount of like pre-scouting I did on my phone, because I do a lot of, you know, researching, watching as many videos as I can, looking at tournament results, just like stuff like that, just trying to figure out what we need, just any little thing to give me a hint, especially when I go to a state that I've never been to before. I mean, I'll spend the AMS Big 20. I couldn't even tell you how many hundreds of hours I've looked at a map and spent on the wall. Oh, that tournament, your guys' tournament it's one I want to win.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. I mean, we just basically, I don't know anyone from Arkansas. I met a guy from the U.S. Open. He was actually part of weighing the fish in that morning, so he was happy when we pulled up and he saw at the bottom of the boat on our floor.
Absolutely.
Our fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to him a little bit, and I was just kind of, I've never shot those big grass carp before, and that was our whole goal down there. That was to find the grass carp. That's what we wanted to do, just because we've never done that before. And we did find some big grass carp. We just elected not to go to them just because of the way the water levels were dropping, and where they were was just not ideal, because if they were gone, we were out of luck.
Right.
So we just, we chose a safer route, and it obviously worked out.
Absolutely.
And we just put our heads down. We spent a lot of time on a river, and we basically ended up scouting the whole river.
Wow.
From end to end of the state.
Wow.
And just that's what we stayed right along the river, and we hammered it, and a lot of dirty water. But you'd find those clear pockets, and most of them didn't have fish, but a couple of them did.
Sure.
Wow. Wow.
And just put it together, I guess.
That's a lot. That's a lot of water.
That's a lot of
that you covered.
It's on the deck.
I
right
don't
there.
know.
Right.
I know just in one half of a night we ran 60 miles because we ran 25 down river to an area. We checked out the area, was not good. I mean, we saw lots of little silvers, and then we ran 25 miles back up.
Wow.
By the time we hit the truck, we were sitting at 60, 70 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell you how many. We definitely ran a couple 100 miles on the boat, like easy.
Yeah.
In those 5 days.
Sure. You know, talking about those grass carp, Harley, I talked to a couple people, and they said that their water had dropped a foot.
Oh, wow.
From Friday or from Thursday to Friday.
Sure.
It had dropped a foot on them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the area didn't even have water in it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because you could see that during weigh-ins. You know, some teams, they had some good grassies, but they only had a few of them.
Sure. Yeah.
They only had a few of them. They didn't have the numbers to compete. You know, so we were shooting other species here and there and have to weigh in smaller fish and stuff. But I tell you what, those grassies, buster boom, I guess it's like with anything, I guess. You know, buster boom with anything. You can have a buster boom on.
I've never heard it referred to as buster boom. It's
boom or bust.
There we go.
Boom or bust. Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing I noticed is teams had good grassies, but not enough of them.
Yeah. What can you use to fill in?
And you guys went the safe route. Hey, our water's fine. Our water is stable. We're going to stick with our safe option here, and it definitely paid off for you guys. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and like our silvers, we found the big ones on Thursday night is when we found those big silvers.
Wow.
Like the majority, the spot we ended up shooting was on Thursday night. We found that, so it was last minute. We had other silvers, but they were just Thursday night was nuts. We would get on the mud motors, kind of trim them down, and you'd have 15, 20 of them big, like 30-pounders jumping around the boat at a time.
Gosh.
Wow.
Like it would have been probably 600 to 620 pounds, like within an hour and a half, and we were shooting them out of the air.
Wow.
We shot all those big silvers out of the air.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And we figured we lost at least 80% of our silvers, and we still, because they were more in that, right off the current kind of thing. So I feel like that, that little dropping water sucked a lot of them out. But we still put I think 12 big silvers in the boat. So that really helped. Yeah.
Yeah. You also had some really nice big mouth buffs also, Harley. You guys had some good ones there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we started on those. We knew we weren't going to get many. It was luckily in a clear spot, off of one of the rivers. And it was just a clear slack water, and they were deep. We were shooting those buffs in 8, 9. There was a couple probably pushing 10 feet of water.
Wow!
And we would just get right over the top of them, and we do that a lot in Minnesota, shooting fish 6, 7 feet of water. So I've done it my whole life, and we knew how to get them in, and we lost at least half of the big buffs that we had on, and two big grassies back to back. So that was really sad.
Oh wow!
Because we had never boated a big grassie before, and watching two of them within 5 minutes pull off, and them grassies are mean.
Yeah,
I've never, they're a different breed. That's for sure. They got a lot of power.
Yep.
So
in our video before I left there, I went around and asked all the people working here at the AMS shop what they thought was going to take to win Big 20.
Yeah. Who was the closest for that?
I said 598.
Oh, aren't you just so special?
But I thought about it from the podcast when we did that little video there, and I thought about it a little bit, and
because you guessed 687 with Parker,
right? And then I guessed 598 on the video.
Yep.
And the reason I did that is because of the water temps. I was worried that the water temps were going to be really high, in the high 80s, low 90s. that's going to make those fish very soft.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of tear-offs.
Yep.
Especially on big fish.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Those fish, their flesh is soft and everything. And
Grassies are so soft to begin with.
Exactly. I mean, their stomach, they're all stomach, you know, and stuff. So, yeah. How big were those grassies, Harley, that you figured?
Well, if you would have asked us right when we shot them, they were a lot bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because. And then in the morning, watching a couple of those teams come through, I was like, how big is that grass carp? It's like 42 or 48. And I was like, okay, well, that one's got a little more girth. Like, ours were super long, but they didn't have that girth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, some of those ones that TKO was bringing in. And then there was another smaller boat that I talked to that had some high 40s that I was like, okay. You know, right when I shot that one I figured he was mid 40s, but now looking back, he didn't have that girth as much. So he probably was mid 30s, you know, high 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, we pulled out a one buff that probably would have went 35 and 2 grass carp all within maybe a 200-yard stretch back to back. And yeah, we were a little shaken up. There was some not nice words said to each other, but that happens on the bowfishing boat. We're usually pretty calm, but we got that, it's Worlds night, and, you know, every fish counts. And we were pulling out a lot of those buffs in 8-9 feet of water. So when we saw those grassies sitting in 2 feet, we're like, oh, heck yeah. And then they pulled out, and it's just how it goes, I guess.
Sure. So you mentioned, Harley, there that you guys were having some words with each other, as emotions will happen on a big tournament night like that. But you've won Worlds together twice, and you guys have a runner-up finish at the AMS Big 20, obviously. What makes the chemistry between you and specifically Hunter so special that allows you guys to be successful on the boat together?
Well, we both have our jobs. He's the driver of the boat.
Okay.
They don't like me being captain, which I understand, because I will hit anything. I mean, if there's a fish I want to get to, I'm not looking really what's in front of me. I mean, I'll plow into a tree or something. And that's just how I am. I just go, you know, and I'm definitely a better shooter when I'm not driving. And so that helps, you know, me and Goose just understand our positions, and as well as our other teammates, because obviously we don't usually shoot as a 2-man team. We have for a couple tournaments, and we've been good. And I mean, just understanding what those fish were doing and how they were acting. They were very, like, for buffs, usually buffs are finicky. They like to bounce. They like to run. These buffs were just very, like, slow, like very, like, laid up. So we understood, like, you know, that if we passed one on the edge of the lights, why shoot at it when it's 8 feet down and 10 yards out, when we could just turn and get out over the top of them. You know, we were getting over and we both understood that. And we're both, you know, when we shoot together, we're both good shots. We trust each other. So it's, that helps, you know, big time. And just understanding when each other's going to shoot. Like, we had one buff coming right at us, like, he was like halfway down. He was coming right at us. And we both did not shoot because we knew he was going to flinch and turn sideways. As soon as he turned sideways, both arrows right in the side of the back. Like, you know, that was one of our biggest fish. And just like something like that, if you had a new teammate, he probably would have launched as that fish was coming out.
Right. That's the kind of thing that you can only get locked in like that by spending hours and hours and hours on the water together.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, we have. We used to take Mom's boat when we turned 16 and head to South Dakota and take her truck and her boat. And we just head out there for the weekend, just the two of us. Right when we got our driver's license. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I have to ask you, though, Harley, was Goosey driving when you guys beached it on that sand flat?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I got a lot of swimmer's itch because of that, too. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, really?
So what happened, they told me on Friday that they're running up the river and they freaking just buried it on a big old sandbar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, probably our first 20 minutes in Arkansas.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, right off the bat.
Yeah, we were just running around some islands out in the river, and I was like, you could kind of see, like, weeds, you know, kind of mats coming out. I was like, well, it's got to be shallow over there. Let's go over there. And, you know, we scale pretty fast with the dual mud motors just because you cover water. Mm-hmm. Also, we're going, and all of a sudden, like, it went from dirty to just like an inch of water and sand. And we should have never let off because my boat if you don't let off, you can keep going with those mud motors. But as soon as we let off, it glued like right to the sand. We got stuck up there for a while and we worked our way out of it eventually. And it was still like 100 degrees out because it was right at sunset. So it was a lot of work getting out of there.
Oh, yeah. Hunter. Harley. I always say Hunter all the time. Oh, Hunter's your teammate. Yes, Harley. Reading new water is very critical in these tournaments. You know, competing in hundreds of miles of away from home. What was the biggest advantage you have to make when targeting unfamiliar fish and waterways?
The biggest advantage we had?
Biggest adjustment.
Biggest adjustment you had to make.
Well, just looking at it as like nothing is a bad spot until we've been there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That is a big thing. You can't look at a body of water and be like, or a part of the river and be like, well, that bay ain't gonna have no fish. There ain't nothing shallow there. Because, you know, there was a couple times where you looked at a spot and it was like, well, that ain't gonna be no good. And it actually ended up being one of our better areas that we looked at.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, we looked at obviously where waterways came in and different stuff and tried to look for like the pockets that were going to be clear. Cause we figured, you know, just by looking at a map at Arkansas, you can tell the rivers are just muddy.
Right.
And, you know, we just kind of looked where we'd find those clear pockets. And then obviously some of those lakes, those inland lakes, like you could just tell like they were clear, and that was easy to look at. And we just obviously looked for vegetation in the water, something to clean the water up. You know, you get back in those, getting those weeds that it could clear the water out for you.
Sure.
That helped.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess just kind of looking at it like I would at home or coming out to you guys in Wisconsin. Just, you know, every lake is good until it's not.
Right.
You
right.
know?
Yep.
It also is just as good to mark off spots that are not good as spots that are good.
Eliminate water. Absolutely.
Eliminate water.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And sometimes it can hurt you because, you know, sometimes a year it's like, well, you know, if we came back to Arkansas in May, this body of water could be on fire and we just marked it off. It's hard to look at stuff like that until I've been there a couple times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Harley, what's the biggest or craziest fish situation that you guys had the night of the Worlds? I mean, was it those grassies getting off or was it getting the biggest fish of the night? Did you have any crazy situations going on?
Yeah.
This could be good.
Well, we shot that. Our biggest buff was right off the bat. I mean, 5 minutes into turn the lights on. So
my gosh.
What a tone setter that is.
Yeah, that 41 on our scale when he was fresh out the water, but I think he ended up like right at 40 the next morning.
Yep.
But I got to say, when we went into those silvers, so like I asked Matt the night before, I don't know if you remember this, Matt, I asked you, I said, so how does it work when a silver jumps in the boat? You know, I was like, because obviously, you know, I don't shoot tournaments in the South a lot. I mean, I've shot a couple, but not a lot of them have had silvers. The only one was Kentucky Worlds. So I was like, how does it work when a silver jumps in the boat? Is that considered your fish? Can you weigh it? Like, how does that work? And Matt's like, well, you should probably just put it in a separate barrel and not weigh it. So that's what we did. We had two silvers that did jump in the boat, and both of them ended up getting called out. Mm-hmm. So luckily, those two are on our smallest end. I don't think we would have maybe gained a pound from one of them. Right. But so we had a fish. We were shooting the silvers from the front of the boat until it got light out. And we had a fish jump right between from one end, you know, it came from the passenger side of the boat and was jumping over and going to land in the water on the driver's side of the boat as well.
Oh my gosh.
And I was kind of facing, like, out, like where your backup shooter would be.
Yep.
Just so I could shoot front and swing to the back. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw that fish, and no hesitation, I just drew back full, hit it right in the top of the head. It rolled and landed in the center of the boat.
Oh.
And Guse just lets off the throttle. He starts laughing. He's like, "Why would you do that?" I was like, "I don't know. I just wanted to shoot." He's like, "You would have shot the generator if you missed."
Oh my! So you shot back into the boat, full draw into the boat.
I was shooting directly back at the motors, and that's where the generator is. And he's just like, he was dying laughing. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I didn't want it to hit the floor, and I didn't want it to go out because then it wouldn't count it as a fish. So I just shot it out of the air.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That could have been an expensive shot.
That could have been a very expensive shot.
Oh, way to pull that off. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is good. That's funny.
It was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Getting back to what you were saying about back home, you guys are shooting those buffs in that deep water, Harley.
Yeah.
I was up in that area south of where you live, and this was several years ago, and we went out to shoot some daytime buffs. And the water was so gin clear. I remember the guy driving a boat. I kept looking down. I'm like, "Dude, you better slow down. Right there's a bottom." He's like, "Matt, we're in 12 feet of water." Mm-hmm. It was crystal clear.
Yeah.
And I can remember we got into this reed grass in about, 8-9 feet of water. And those buffs were swimming around down there. And literally, you could see the eyeballs on the buffs. It was so clear. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Harley, saying that you guys do shoot a lot of deep fish because the water was so clear and you could see those fish down there. It was so neat to see that. And a lot of those fish had markings on them because I don't know if it has something to do with the clear water. They had black spots on them. Some were goldish colors. Some were darker colors. They were very colorful buffs as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was just neat because I can see where that definitely helped you shooting those buffs down there in that deeper water as well. That's a big help right there because some people, like we here in Wisconsin, we're not shooting fish very deep unless we get over to Green Bay sometimes once in a while or something like that.
I wish we could. I wish we had water like that, but we just don't typically find ourselves in situations where the water is that clear.
And if I think I do see fish in 9 feet of water, I'm shooting them and I'm missing them so bad it's not even funny.
Something to use to, for sure.
I know there's one area in Wisconsin, down in southern Wisconsin, that big chain of lakes that is crystal clear down there. I've been on that one time.
Yeah, yep. So it's always neat to see those fish in the clear water, but it can be hard because those fish are deeper,
right?
And it really plays minds with your tricks. It plays tricks
in your mind. That was a trick mind right there. Mind trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hunter, you guys are definitely some
dude. We're talking to Harley.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry, I get it. I have 3 friends named Hunter, and I get called Hunter all the time.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just following pace.
You are.
I'm just following pace.
Yep.
So Harley, you guys are some young guns, no doubt about that. Definitely one of the younger teams in the top level of competition right here in bowfishing. Do you ever imagine you'd already have won 2 world championships under your belt already?
No, I didn't think we'd have 2 by now. I mean, that's like my life. One of my life goals was to always win. To win worlds, and I think we did that in the 3rd one we competed in. Yep, because it would have been we did Winona 2019, South Dakota 21. And then 23, we won the first one. So that was just a huge accomplishment in itself.
That's cool.
And that was that was a perfect night. Like we had no fish pull off. Every big fish we saw came in. We had a different strategy than everyone else. I mean, we were shooting around probably 20 boats within a 15-mile stretch of water of us. Yeah. 15, 20, maybe 25. I mean, the whole shorelines were lit up. And we had a way different idea than everybody else. And me and Guse actually found those fish on Wednesday, and we kind of came up with a strategy just because of what we were seeing of everybody scouting. Because everybody's packed on those waters out there when they're kind of limited waters to shoot. Mm-hmm. And I won't get into too much into the strategy of what we were doing. I mean, some people that were next to us, they saw what we were doing, and it worked out. So
that's awesome.
But no, I guess to answer your question, 2 is crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah. So you got obviously, like we just said, very successful. What are you doing to stay hungry, Harley? To stay competitive, to want to keep going? You said a life goal is to win worlds, so you've done that twice. What's keeping you motivated?
Yeah, what's that drive?
Yeah.
Well, it helps that Worlds in a different area every year, I would say.
Yep.
Because like Arkansas, it's like, all right, you look at a map and you're like, where do I start? Sure. All new water. So like that is very, to want to go and figure out a new area is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'd have to say for that.
Yeah, somewhere new to conquer, somewhere new to try to master it.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's still a couple tournaments out there that I'd win, especially your guys's. For sure. I want to take that one time.
Yep.
That's the next goal. U.S. Open as well. We've done a couple U.S. Opens. Both of them were on the Table Rock, the Table Rock Bull Shoals, Arkansas, Missouri border. And we did fairly decent, but it's hard when you put that many boats on 2 bodies of water, and you find every both times we're like, oh, we're on great fish, and then all of a sudden tournament day, it's like 25 boats in the same stretch of shoreline. You're like, wow. You're like, how do I even put 20 fish in them? But that's just how it goes, So part of it, everybody dealt with the same thing.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
You've got a lot of water hours under your belt, Harley, here. Any advice for future competitors? There's a lot of anglers listening to this podcast right now who have dreams of fishing, big national tournaments. What's one piece of advice you'd give someone who wants to compete at the highest level?
Well, I'd have to say probably 2 things.
Okay.
Go for it. Don't let it hold you back. That's for sure. We were looking at Arkansas and we're like, gosh, do we even have a chance? There's going to be big heads. We've never shot those. There's going to be big drassies. We've never shot those.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, you're never going to go.
Sure.
You'll never go. You'll never get in. You'll never compete if you're not there.
Right.
Definitely put your time in. And then a big thing I would have to say is to new shooters and is believe that your fish are the best fish.
Yeah.
The ones that you found scouting are the biggest fish that are going to be shot in that tournament, because, we kind of went into this tournament, hearing, 800-900 pounds of grassies is going to win this, that, and we were like, we knew we'd be able to put 600-700 pounds in the boat between our buffs and our silvers if they were there. And we're just like, well, that's good. That's probably top 5. We'll get some gas money back. It's cool. 2-man team place in the top 5. That'd be awesome.
Right.
And lo and behold, it was enough to win. And it's just I'd say that, just believe in your fish, believe that they're big enough. Because it's happened to us a few times, local tournaments where we're like, oh, these ain't going to be big enough. We shoot them when we come back and we win it.
Yeah. Right. I like that. I've never heard that as a piece of advice before. Believe that your fish are the best fish. That's good.
Very cool.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know.
No, you don't.
You said, for these guys, did they know that the water's going to be dropping 2 feet in certain areas? Probably not.
Right.
But that just ruined a lot of their places and kept their place good and safe.
Yeah.
So, like you said, when you hear the people saying, 800-900 pounds are going to win it, you're like, man. But you still come back to weigh-ins. You guys weighed in.
You got to go shoot what your best plan of action is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you said Harley too that a goal was to win Worlds. You've obviously done that twice. What's next for Team Komplete Kahos as far as a goal? You mentioned that you want to win the Big 20. Would that be the goal, or is there anything else that you guys are like, man, I want that in the next couple of years?
As far as tournaments?
Yeah.
Are you talking
it could
just
be, it could be tournaments,
trip?
Harley. It could be a size of a fish. It could be traveling to shoot here.
Okay.
Just what are you guys looking most forward to trying to accomplish?
I would have to say, hands down, the AMS Big 20 has got to be the one that we want to win. Our team is so hungry for that one. The amount of sunrises that I've seen, scouting water in Wisconsin for your tournament I couldn't tell you how many hundreds of miles, hours that we've put in over the last I think this was year 4 we shot it. And it's just, yeah, you guys have a lot of different water and a lot of big fish spread out through the state. So it makes it hard.
Yeah,
right? That's for sure.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
When I'm on the scales next year, I'll remember this now.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. Well, Harley, we'll let you get back to work here. Thank you for joining us here on the Bowfishing Buzz episode 124. And once again, a huge congrats to you and Hunter on winning the 2026 BA
absolutely.
Arkansas Worlds.
That is so
Big
cool.
20
A two-man
division.
team. You're 23 years old. It's your second title, man. That's a huge congratulations to you.
Right. And it was cool because when I first came to weigh-ins, I ran into you guys right away. You guys were all jacked up and happy, and I came back and talked to you a little bit later on when you guys were on line there and stuff and looked at your fish. I watched you come through weigh-ins. I was up in your boat filming your whole weigh-ins there with the GoPros and stuff, watching you guys weigh in. And then once I kind of figured that the weigh-ins were all kind of finished here, you guys were sitting over on the side over there waiting and stuff, and I came over and I congratulated you guys and stuff, and it was cool to see you guys down there and see the smiles on your face. But you guys walked away splitting $12,000 for first place.
Very nice.
Yep.
What was all in? You guys also won the heaviest buff, is that correct?
Yep.
You guys won the heaviest buff. What was in that brute barrel? Because you guys each had to take and lift that thing out to your truck. because you won what, $2,000 plus all the gear that was in there. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
That was a haul.
that was a cool side pot, that's for sure. I've never I mean, there was arrows, lights, shirts, hats, the 4 Muzzy reel, like there was like everything, a bunch of, AMS stickers, catalogs, a bunch of other kind of stickers. Like there was a lot of different stuff. It was on, we tore, well, we didn't get home till 6 a.m. Sunday morning, and then we took a little nap, and then we tore it apart in the living room and split it. Before
That's
Gucci.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. We had to go home, and it was awesome. I mean, that's a very cool prize. That was for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Sweet.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And then you guys also had a little bit of adventure. So you guys drove straight through then, Harley, right?
Yeah, we drove straight through. We had a lot of truck issues and boat issues, honestly, over the week. We came down in 100-degree heat with no AC.
Oh.
Luckily, we got AC while we were down there. I had to take an Uber to the hotel. We scouted. The plan, because the guy wanted to do it at 8 a.m., and I'm like, well, I'm going to scout. So we just scouted until the sun came up. I dropped the truck off, took an Uber to the hotel, slept, and then took an Uber back, got the truck, and then went back scouting.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then your turbo went out too on the way home, didn't it, in your truck?
Yeah. We had a turbo go out. Yeah, it's time to trade that one in.
That's funny.
But Matt, you forgot to mention about how we offered you to shoot with us too.
I know. They asked me to shoot with them.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about that right before when we had them on before we started.
Yeah,
you could be sitting here a champion.
I know. They came and talked to me on Friday when I was at the AMS MegaMouth booth, and they're like, dude, we got room if you want to come shoot with us. I was like, nah, I gotta tear this booth down, and I don't have any of my gear here and stuff. But yeah, they offered to take me out with them on that night. So dang it,
that's too bad.
Dang
What an offer from Harley and Hunter.
I know.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate the offer. Truly, it was, and I should have taken it because I would have had a fun night.
Harley, let me ask you, what if I'd have been at the booth with Matt? Would you have offered both of us to shoot with you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
You should have said no.
I wasn't sure what that was going to be. I just seen you guys over in the corner. Hey, you want to shoot with us tonight? Or should let Derek run the booth? Oh, man, that's funny.
Yeah. But, Harley, we look forward to seeing you guys competing at the highest level here for bowfishing. We look forward to seeing you here at the AMS Big 20 next year. And just keep rolling, buddy. I love you guys' attitude. I love everything about you guys. And one thing that I always say this a lot, Derek, is I love seeing smiles on people's faces and seeing them enjoying the atmosphere, the tournament. You always have a smile on your face, Harley, and I love that. Don't keep that smile going because it's awesome. It's great to see, and we wish you guys, Team Komplete Kahos, all the best of luck moving forward, and seeing you guys around on the water somewhere. Maybe we can go shoot together sometime.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to come shoot them buffs with you guys.
Absolutely, yes.
That would be that's always been a dream of mine. Come shoot them. we don't get as big a buffs. I know you guys don't shoot as many of the big ones, but they come out of Wisconsin a lot, those 60, 70.
Oh yeah.
You guys get those giant, biggest one I've probably ever seen in Minnesota is mid 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get those 50, 60 class fish. But
yeah.
Yeah.
They're swimming.
Yeah.
They're swimming. They're just waiting for us to find them. That's all.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I like to give a shout out to my dad too.
Yeah.
Jana Waller Bair. He's the one who started this all. I mean, 2012, 2013 is when me and him and two of my brothers shot our first tournament together, just local in Minnesota. And so we kind of learned together.
Yeah.
We've been doing them. I mean, he's only missed a couple with us. And unfortunately, since we did the AMS and the US Open this year, he wasn't able to come down. He was trying to get a one-way ticket to fly down on Thursday.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah, it didn't work out. So he was really happy for us, but at the same time, he's probably he won't admit it, but he's probably a little disappointed. But
it was cool because, like I said, a lot of the pictures that I want to be sharing here in the video podcast, your dad had sent me, so that was really cool. Some of them older pictures when you guys were just young kids out there bow fishing, and that's really cool. Your dad got you involved in the sport of bow fishing. Hats off to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Harley, we'll let you get back to work here, and once again, congratulations to you and Team Komplete Kahos and Hunter Guse. We'll see you guys on the water, buddy. Take care.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
You bet.
We'll see you, Harley.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
Always cool to try to dig into the brain of somebody who just had success like that in a tournament like that. Mm-hmm. What I really like is that we're able to grab them here. Today's the Wednesday after that tournament.
Right.
A week hasn't passed. 2 weeks haven't passed. It's fresh in his brain. That was very interesting. The way he.
Yes.
My favorite part was the advice he gave about always think your fish are the best fish.
Neat?
That's something I can't say I've heard before.
Yeah.
And having that belief that your scouting is giving you the best odds to win, and you're not going to go take a flyer on, I hope there's fish in the spot we haven't looked at. That's huge. That was very interesting.
So thank you to Harley Gummert for joining us here in the Bowfishing Buzz. That was great. I love the picture that his dad sent in back in him when he was 7 years old.
Yep.
With his first fish he ever shot.
That was cool.
That was really neat too.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Schmitty. Now it's time for.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Get ready for Fish That You Wish. This week's fish comes from the state that likes doing things its own way. It has its own power grid, completely separate from the rest of the United States. This state gave the world Dr. Pepper back in 1885 and is home to the largest bat colony on Earth with more than 2 million little flying vampires. Any guesses, Schmitty?
Texas, baby.
Oh, I'm talking the great state, the Lone Star State of Texas. This absolute river monster was shot on March 27th, 2022 by Logan Gregoire. His smallmouth buffalo absolutely buoyed the scale, tipping it at a whopping 64 pounds, 12.8 ounces. Schmitty. That's a fish you wish you shot.
What a tanker.
Woo, that's not a buffalo, Schmitty. That's a water cow with a gym membership.
That is a beast right there. You know what gave it away?
The power grid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
That's when they had that ice storm or something a couple years back.
Oh, that's right.
Or
They were in rough shape because they couldn't. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's cool.
On a side note here, Schmitty,
Ooh.
I also found this funny piece of history about the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, I'm all
So I was looking up interesting facts about
Is this some kind of
Texas,
trivia? Can I guess this, or is it not something I can
No,
guess?
it's not something you can guess.
Okay,
let me ask you this.
All right.
What were they going to call the Dallas Cowboys before they were the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, they were going to call them the Dallas Landmen, the Dallas Oil Riggers,
Okay.
the Dallas Oil Men.
The team was briefly called the Dallas Steers.
What? Really?
Until management realized a steer is a castrated bull.
Oh, that would be bad.
And then they thought better of it.
Yeah, good choice. Cowboys is the right choice. No, that would not have gone well at all. That's funny. That's a good little piece of history. Yes.
Oh, my gosh. So congratulations again to all the teams that competed in the 2026 BAA Worlds in the Diamond State of Arkansas. I had a great time talking to you all. Great job. I hope you all had safe travels back home and everything like that there. Thanks to the BAA, the Arkansas Bowfishing Association, all the volunteers and sponsors, and everyone who made the event possible.
Absolutely. Be sure to follow AMS and MegaMouth Bowfishing on our social media sites. We'll have all kinds of video from the tournament. Matt's going to put out a video podcast, and just follow us for all of our social media that we put out there. Our next episode, Matt, is going to feature some stories and footage from your Texas trip.
That's right.
With Jana Waller,
That's right.
John and Hunter Barthels down there, Extreme Bowfishing. That'll be very cool. Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to rock and roll here, Matt, to wrap this one up.
And once again, thank you to Harley Gummert, Team Komplete Kahos, and Hunter Guse on winning the Big 20 at the Worlds on there. Very cool on that.
It's like a young LeBron coming up through the ranks. Success at such a young age.
If anything, that's a long Michael Jordan.
He's the chosen. That's not. I'm not doing this.
Alrighty. So from all of us here at AMS Bowfishing and MegaMouth Bowfishing, we wish you all the best of luck. And remember, aim low,
think big. Thanks for listening, guys. No, don't.